Eichenberg's reaction when he defended Wimbush on the field the other day, the little scuffle that took place after the
Yeah.
reception. How do you view that? I mean, what do you say to a kid when he comes to the defense of your quarterback like that?
It doesn't surprise me. I think you're well acquainted with our guys. They have each other's back. It's kind of the nature of Notre Dame. These kids all leave in-state scholarship offers to kind of come here. So there's a strong bond amongst all of our players. So they've got each other back. It doesn't really surprise me. All of our guys are really strongly committed to each other.
Could you describe the relationship that Wimbush has with Coach Reese and how that's evolved?
Yeah.
And how Coach Reese has evolved?
Sure. Boy, that probably is a sit-down conversation, but I'll give you the quick run would be, I think it's a mentoring relationship. I think it's much deeper than just player-coach. I think it's very trusting. He respects Tom for having played the position and have gone through the things that Brandon has gone through as a quarterback. So I think there's a deeper relationship there. So that answers kind of the first part of the question. Much more than player-coach. Tom's evolution has been much more towards less about the X's and O's. I mean, he came in here firing on, every pass concept and play action and rub route that I think was known to man. And I think he's realizing how important it is when it comes to repetition and consistency and footwork and mechanics and things of that nature. And I think you're seeing that come to fruition this year with Brandon having much more consistency. So, the evolution of a quarterback certainly is not about what he knows on the board, but what he can get his player to do consistently. And I think that's what you're saying.
And he played with such an even keel.
Yeah.
Do you see that? Does he teach or try to teach his guys in a similar fashion?
Yeah, I think though as a player he had a bit of a spark when he, made a mistake or made a play. He had a little fire in him. Yeah, but he had a little bit of a fire in him, wanting to make a play, wanting to prove people wrong, a bit of a chip on his shoulder. I think he coaches that way too. I mean, he's, very even keel, but he's going to make sure that he makes his point on things that are not done the right way.
How do you feel Brandon views his relationship with him?
It's a very strong relationship. I think it's one that has a lot of trust.
Brian, how is the experiment with Shane Simon at linebacker going? Is he close to being trusted to be in a game at that position?
Well, I think the question would be much more about, getting him in a position where, he can help us. He's going to have to play sooner or later, and so each week is, getting him closer and closer to, if something happens, he's got to go play at a high level for us. Yeah, he could go into a game and play. We need to continue to build on where he is right now and get him playing at a high level. So he can line up at linebacker. He can play the position. We need to continue to work on, obviously the details of the position.
How about the other folks like Jordan Genmark, and Bo Bauer? Is Jordan healthy?
Jordan is much better. Yeah, he suffered a knee contusion in the opener. Was better last week. Not 100%. He's 100% this week. I think Bo's making really good progress. I think getting him in some special teams work, gaining some confidence there has really helped him at the linebacker position. And look, it's no secret. Coney and Tranquil are playing a lot of snaps, and so it's crucial that those guys continue to grow. And so as we evaluate them in practice, it can't be, well, they can line up in one defense and we can get them on the field. That's not good enough. We can do that right now. We could do that last week. We got to get them to run our defense. And so, in answering the question, we're building that to the point where if they got to play, they can run our defense in all facets.
And when you mentioned the high snaps, you know, I talked to Julian Alohi last night, and they're like, I feel okay. I mean, if it's just a 1 week thing, is it really that big of a concern?
No. No, and I think our recovery modalities have been a piece that we've really concentrated on. Our recovery room, Notre, all of those things have been really important. Our Omega Wave, we're really doing a better job of diving into some of the things that can test the central nervous system for our guys to make sure we're not overloading them.
Brian, you spoke about guys practicing the right way, preparing the right
Yeah.
way. Did you see that this week?
Yeah, we got what we needed this week, and as I said, Angela, a lot of that I didn't do a very good job, but we got the kind of practice preparation that I feel comfortable with going into this game.
And were you happy with the way the kids responded and things that took the burden on their shoulder and worked a little bit harder this week?
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, they do what I ask them to do, and I didn't give them great direction last week. So they've done what I've asked them to do. They're prepared to play Vanderbilt, and they'll play hard.
What's your injury situation? Just Komet?
Komet's got the ankle sprain, and then we had Jeremiah Owusu broke his foot this week, so he'll be out for the year.
Okay. And then Cole is definitely out this
He's out. Yeah, he's out.
Owusu, he did have practice.
He did. No, he didn't practice.
A couple of backups that like you're going really deep on the D line. You had Jameer Jones in there early. And
Yeah.
you do Treadway, which you said you were going to.
Yes.
Just your assessment of what they bring to what they do on Saturday.
Jameer did some good things. He had an injury in the summer. Had a procedure done to get his knee back to where we needed it. Cleaned up some things, and so he was a little bit behind going into camp. But he's got some traits. He's got some athletic ability. So I would think that you're going to continue to see him, play a bit of a role there on the defensive line. And now, obviously Micah Dew with, Jason Adiomola, those guys will certainly be in a rotation as well.
Do Treadway more of a between the tackles kind of
Yeah.
defender?
Yeah, a bigger guy. He needs to continue to work using his hands, getting off blocks. He's a big guy, takes up some space for us. I think if he was getting off blocks earlier, he probably would have be ascending a little bit more. He's working at it. He knows what he needs to work at, make some more plays. But big guy, works really hard, great attitude.
Speaking of using his hands, how have you seen Tilbury improve since he was
Outstanding.
a player?
Outstanding. I mean, it's just been a complete package in terms of him doing all the right things to elevate his status.
Between Kevin Austin and Michael Jones, he's sort of closer to being the fourth receiver at this point. What's the gap there?
Yeah. I mean, they do. That's a good question. I think both of them are going to contribute to be one. I think you take both of them to get that one guy. I think right now, Michael just knows the offense a little bit better than Kevin, but Kevin, obviously has got a little bit more length and can do some things in one-on-one matchups. So what we've done is we've moved Michael back into the short field where Miles is. So we think he can give us a little bit more one-on-one matchups, and we moved Michael back out to where Chase is to give us a little bit more screen quickness, quick game action out there.
But Kevin's behind Miles?
Kevin is, yes. Yeah, Kevin's behind Miles. So we've kind of moved him around a little bit. So we think we're kind of settling in on where maybe they'll fit. And we've moved Joe Wilkins up. So Joe stayed with us all week. We liked what we saw there.
The players, they really sort of owned last week, Saturday, and even Wednesday when we talked to them last night about we didn't play well. Is that a sign of maturity that last Saturday may have been not what you were looking for?
Well, I think it's just shared ownership, really, Pete. I think we all believe that there were things that we could have done better. I think I could have given better direction in the way we should have practiced and handled things, and I think that they believe that there's some things that they could have done better. So I think we're all in this together. We all believe that we could have handled things a little bit better last week. We didn't. Give credit to Ball State too. But having said that, we know what we need to do. We went back to work this week. We think we've had a really good week of practice, and let's get on to week 3.
With Justin, do you remember anything about the evaluation of him coming out of high school?
I do.
Nashville connection, scoring record, all that. What do you remember about what you really liked about him, and then just landing?
Accuracy. Really like the fact that in the camps and then when he came to see us, was extremely accurate as a kicker. Didn't have the biggest leg. And kind of we knew that, and as has evolved here, he's grown in his distances, but he's always made those big kicks, has always had accuracy is probably the thing that has separated him from other kickers, and I think we've seen that throughout his career.
Brian, does Jeremiah's
Go ahead.
With Jeremiah,
Yeah.
do you still cross-train Shane?
Yeah, we do.
Or you move him
No, we're cross-training him still at that position because we still have Jordan Genmark-Heath. So we're giving him a cross-training, opportunity there. So he's got a good understanding of the rover position. We just want to make sure that, that Jordan was healthy, and Jordan was healthy, so we got a lot of reps this week as well.
And then last week, you made quite a few changes on special teams as far as the coverage, Koo and Agora.
Yeah.
Regularly on there.
Yeah.
Plus both Shane and Bo.
Mm-hmm.
Is that more of a getting away from the first week of Michigan and getting their feet wet? Maybe,
It was a little bit of both. It was a little bit about kind of seeing some guys in roles that had not gotten much playing time that we really wanted to evaluate and felt like they could contribute. And we've made some evaluations on who will be on that team. So you're going to see some changes on that team, but you're also going to see guys that made that team based upon their performance in Ball State.
Flemister's still your top returner?
Yes. Yeah.